Hello, thank you for joining me as we continue on in our series on learning the Hebrew alphabet. Now, I pray that as you learn about each letter and their meanings, that it'll ignite something within you to take this further and to study the scriptures from this perspective. And I know that if you do that, your understanding of God will become much deeper and the scriptures will open up to you in ways that you have never seen before. I know that has been my experience and it's just totally changed the way I read the scriptures now. So with that being said, let us now move on to the 12th letter of the Hebrew alphabet. Let's first look at this letter in the modern square script. This is the word lamed in Hebrew, and you can see that on your screens there. It's spelled in Hebrew, the lamed, the mem, and the dalet. This is our 12th letter of the Hebrew alphabet. There is nothing quite like it in English. Now let's have a look at this in the Paleo script. This looks a little bit like the modern square script, just drawn at a different direction. The last script we will look at is the pictograph, which are like pictures or stick figure drawings of what the letter is representing. So the pictograph for the letter lamed is as follows on your screen. As you can see, it is very close in shape and style and form to the Paleo, and it also looks a little bit like the square script. It actually looks like a walking stick, or if you like, a shepherd's staff. Let's have a look at the three forms next to each other. So on the left there we have the modern square script of lamed, in the middle is the Paleo, and on the right is the pictograph, which looks like that walking stick or shepherd's crook. And you can see that same theme throughout the three scripts. It has maintained a similar shape throughout all the changes that this letter has gone through. Now the letter lamed is also used as a preposition in Hebrew, and it's put on the front of many different Hebrew words, and will look like this when you see it. It's the letter with two dots underneath it, and it means to and for. For example, to give, and that's actually to give will be one Hebrew word with this lamed, the letter on attached to the front. Some of the meanings of this letter are to lead, to teach, to guide, a yoke, to control, and authority. Now, some of these meanings can be seen in the pictograph as they show the shape of a shepherd's staff. The shepherd uses this staff to lead, to teach, to guide the flock and the sheep. Staffs are also used and given to people in authority, especially in ancient cultures. The staff gave someone and represented an authority. Now let's have a look at some of the Hebrew words that start with the letter lamed. The first word is pronounced lo, and it means no and not. It is a negative particle in Hebrew. So lo, if you want to say no in Hebrew, you say lo, lo. The next word that starts with the lamed is pronounced lev or lev, and this is the word for heart, literally your heart, the organ, and the mind, will, understanding, or the inner man. See, in Hebrew, the heart is connected to the mind. That's how they view it in their Hebrew mindset, or the inner man. The next word is pronounced Laban, and it means to be white or made white. This is actually the same three-letter root used for Rebekah's brother Laban. Another Hebrew word is pronounced lechem. Lechem. and it means bread, food, and it also means to fight and do battle. So what's the connection between fighting and doing battle and bread and food? Well, when Adam and Eve were kicked out of the garden because of their fallen state, they had to till the ground by the sweat of their brow. And also picture this, when you're making bread, which was a staple in the ancient culture, they're kneading and fighting and punching the dough to mold it and shape it and to get it to the texture they need it to be to make the loaf. So you see the connection with fighting and bread, how they go hand in hand. Another Hebrew word is pronounced Lael or Layla, and this is simply the word for night. The next Hebrew word is pronounced Lamed, which is the same as the pronunciation of the letter Lamed, and it means to learn, teach, and to accustom. And the last word I want to show you that starts with the letter Lamed is pronounced Lashon, and this is the Hebrew word for tongue, language, and speech, as they all are the same. Your tongue, what tongue do you speak? And it's the same as saying, what language do you speak? So you can see these meanings all combining together to mean pretty much the same thing, Lashon. Now there are obviously some other words that we could have covered, but some of the words I have covered you may be familiar with. Others I have highlighted as they have quite a different meaning than what the English translations have shown them to be. There are some words that have a relationship with the meaning to the letter Lamed, like to learn and teach, which is, if you're a shepherd, is done with the staff. The learning gets stored into the inner man, or to the heart, or to the mind. Next time, I'll be teaching on the 13th letter of the Hebrew alphabet, which is the letter Mem. So until then, may Yahweh watch over you and bless you and your loved ones. So until next time, Shalom.
Thank you for watching. We pray that this teaching has been a blessing to you. For more information, please go to www.ancientfoundationbiblefellowship.com. Shalom.